Y'all, twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen. All right, stop what you're doing because we're about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. We look funny, nah, but we're making money, CCO world. I hope you're ready for the conspiracy horsemen because it's the shit show 2020 to master showdown as we watch it all go down, and we're ready to throw down here at hackerhameen.podbean.com. Yalla. Holy shit, you guys. Woo, you were all the way live on social media. It was a bonanza of great opinions, and every one of you is right, and all of your facts are 100% true, and it doesn't even matter because your emotions matter. And that's what we really care about, man. That's all right. That doesn't matter either, Sal. It's about how you're feeling and the way we can tear some things down tonight. So I hope everybody's got their super contact lenses in. They're wired and ready and fired because I know I'm looking to get hired. And so is GGP as he tore it down as the GIF shows. Don't turn your back on this guy. It's a swift kick to the nuts and an easy pay window from my tag team partner. Attack of the Bald Heads. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
I'm doing fine. I just came in from California, just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired.
I heard there was an accident on the plane, brother. I heard the engines went out, so you just smashed your fucking arms out the windows and you glided in. Is that what happened?
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks to my SRF fitness program that I use. No, everything went well on the pay-per-view. Phenomenal show. Great atmosphere, great locker room, a lot of talent. Had a great time. So it was a good experience, and hopefully it'll happen again. The guy I wrestled, Remy Marcel, good talent. And I expected a good match, but he impressed me. Obviously, he didn't get the job done because he wasn't as great as GGP, aka Mr. PPV. But all jokes aside, I mean, it was a better show than the presidential debate. That's for shit sure. Just like tonight. But I have a question for Sal.
Yes, sir.
I want to know if you want to go half and half. Maybe do a collaboration with me on buying Gwiz a spell check. What do you think?
Oh my God. Did he? Was there something aside from Tajira, or was there something?
No. I'm still. Tajira was just the cream of the crop, bro.
And maybe he really thinks the guy's name was Tajira this whole fucking.
But he added the actual proper spelling after he wrote the word Tajira.
Maybe he thought.
Does he think it's spelled like Godzilla? So he's like Gojira.
Tajira. He's trying to actually be culturally right. Hey, Tajira, get in.
Well, they fucked up the way they spell Godzilla, so maybe the same thing. It's the same thing.
I see all the heavy hitters checking in early in the chat room as we're 44 strong and long. Ben Hameen, YouTube, twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman. Some good news as crossover brand Russo stooged off to us. Stevie, is tomorrow going to be our first day or no?
It'll be next Wednesday.
I think it's going to be 1:30 Eastern. Am I wrong, or is it going to be 4:30 or 3:30 for us? Something in there. We'll have the details out for you, but we're going to be front page at Twitch and doing some cool stuff. So we want you guys to really join us and celebrating that because that's a big thing for all of our Hameen Media brand and Russo brand to be in the main pipeline at Twitch. And I also saw Twitch is going to stop cracking down on licensed music. So the self-help group watch-alongs where I bump the, best of the 90s, we'll see what gets flagged and what doesn't. They just mute it right now. But that was an interesting thing I thought I'd never see, record company giving up some way to fucking fuck somebody over on rights. But, he's always right. And it's not Saluminum. It's Saluminium. Get it right. Periodic chart, number 666, infinite. Yep. Sally, how's it going? You got the peepers on tonight. You're wide awake, seeing it all.
Yeah, man. I've been dying since yesterday because just yelling at my wife and the dog just doesn't cut it.
Do we need a breaking Sal? Do we need an election week breaking Sal?
You know what? If I should have just let the phone go yesterday, just put it live on Twitch, as it just fucking yelled and screamed and cursed. It was a night at the Apollo at my house. I was standing up. I was just on the edge of throwing things, going, "You fucking liar!" Screaming and yelling. And then Chuck came up with a wonderful idea. We should actually do a hate watch along of a movie, Hocus Pocus, where I can just get all my venom out on Hocus Pocus and just go. Exactly. It sucks.
You don't like the girls? You know?
Oh, come on. No. Here's the thing. I'll get this out real quick. Otherwise it'll bug me all night. There was nothing wrong with the movie. I saw it once. I went on a date and I watched this movie and I was like, okay, no big deal. Not a big deal. Didn't care, one way or another about the movie. It didn't do anything for me. Now all of these humps who are screaming that this is the classic movie and this is wonderful. No, it's not. You're forcing this on us. You are.
This is my background for like 8 months. I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah, just absolutely forcing.
Hold on one
this
second.
Movie.
Uh-oh. I guess you bored him, Sal. What's going on?
No, this is one.
Listen here, buddy. Listen here.
Here it is.
Why are you hating on Hocus Pocus?
Listen,
the big guns. She wanted the big guns.
Here's the deal. The
Let me
problem is all of these people who are acting like this is an amazing movie.
Which
it was a mediocre at best movie when it came out in '93 and nobody watched it. Now all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is such a great movie! I'm going to drink my latte and watch Hocus Pocus. It's so great. I love it. It's like Sex in the City with witches. It's garbage. It's awful." And now that they're forcing people to make it, "Oh, this is my favorite Halloween movie." Is it? Is it really? Can't you watch something better like The Debate?
That's pretty bad. But let me ask you this. How many movies out there were mediocre when they came out and then grew to like cult status after? There are quite a few.
There are a few. And that is something I was actually in my argument with when I was talking about this with Chuck. A lot of movies sucked in the theaters and then made a huge like VHS, DVD kind of come up. But Hocus Pocus is one of those new millennial things. Like, here you go. Here's my problem. There's a fucking drink at Starbucks for Hocus Pocus. Can we find? Oh, you know what? We're gonna do a Dairy Queen, a Leonard Part 6 shake. Go fuck yourself. That's ridiculous.
I'm sticking with that. You're just a hater. It's fine. It's fine.
Could you put the man back on, please?
You're running amok.
We're done with you.
Amok.
Good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See, Career Junkie Podcast, Christy Manna, you guys check her out. Hot new episode out there. If you guys are looking for, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? She's doing the heavy lifting for you, doing great interviews. So go check her out.
She does awesome interviews, man. She makes it go by like you don't even feel like you're getting grilled, which normally you do. You're like, okay, what am I going to say? She just leads you right through it.
Now she's going to sacrifice a chicken and put a hex on you. So,
she has to endure the Dark Knight every single day of her life. So,
is that you or she watches the movie?
No, I watch it every day.
Oh.
It's the bane of her existence. Boom.
It's not the movie.
Your magical spells has defeated you.
Stevie and I go over strong on Russo brand this week with the Raw and SmackDown review because no Raw Underground and no Retribution. So apparently masks don't work in keeping the COVID out. But that's our new excuse, Stevie. When it doesn't get done, COVID.
Yeah, COVID apparently is the new creative has nothing for you. Like if creative doesn't have anything or they want to bury you or they want to get you off TV, they just say you have COVID. And you're like, I've never been tested. You have COVID. Like the Vince McMahon thing, and you just get taken off TV.
It's going to be just point at someone in COVID and you've got it at this point.
What do you think's worse, Retribution or the Debate?
I'd probably go Debate because it's had more airtime overall. And you couldn't cut away from it. You just had if Retribution pulled 90 minutes, then we'd have, a real argument there. That was just like a car wreck you couldn't get away from. And that's what we're talking about tonight. But Stevie, it's going to be yoga month here at Hameen Media Group. We're all getting involved to do. All the producers want to get on board in the Stevie Richards Fitness group. We're doing that. So to kick it all off, Stevie, we're going to need some mentorship.
That's good. Thank you for volunteering me, Vince. I appreciate that.
No, I was.
No, we're all good. We're all good. We're ready to go. The resistance band program, the yoga. Hopefully, it'll go well past October. It'll be for the rest of the year, and we can carry it on and from that point forward. So we'll figure it out. We're ironing it out. We'll probably have it all kind of together by the locker room when we record it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I want to get a new spike from you tomorrow after we get done, because I have the original commercial. I think there's a lot more we can add. Absolutely. Spike Dudley. And for all you out there waiting to rise and praise me,
you are my tribal chief. You are my tribal chief.
Okay, guys.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
There we go.
Yeah. We got through way too much wrestling, but I was glad to see GGP back in the ring, no doubt about it. Hopefully, I'll get the call soon enough, because I'm ready to beat the shit out of somebody. Sal was ready to beat the shit out of everybody in his TV last night, and Stevie, he's just ready for the apocalypse at this point, making Flintstone knives and daggers. I've been watching a lot of hunting shows, getting ready.
I was there live when he made it.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait for him to skin his first buck with it. It's gonna gut one anyway.
I can't wait for him to skin his first bum with it. There's gonna be a guy
How do you
selling
know it's my
oranges on the
first?
corner.
How do you know it's my first?
Oh man, I
I
don't.
watched
take
Extreme
credit for her
Measures. I
kills.
was a big fan of the movie.
Mhm.
So, does anybody think that this thing was like one of these lie hops? Like they just let this thing happen on purpose to be a complete and utter train wreck, to the point where maybe both guys by the end of this will be deemed basically unfit. And then you still get Pelosi, or you get Kamala Harris, or you get somebody in there. There's just more to it than that. They wouldn't just let this go on and be the joke that it is. I'm just shocked. I'll throw it right out here. You see my tagline down there. How in the world what did they pump him up with? Was it a work? Was he just playing possum for two? No. See, at least I listened.
Shut up, man.
Shut up, man. Come on, man.
My bad.
So, I mean, what we got a lot to dissect physically and also politically with this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Where do we want to even start? Because what really rocked the boat that we have to kind of address is The Rock endorsing them, and kind of the strange behavior pattern of who's pulling the strings on him now beforehand as a business move. I've talked about on some other shows. And then, what you sent with the crowd differences and what they're showing and whatnot, where are we getting set up to go crazy? And then to see everybody's reaction today on it, it's there's a lot to unpack. I just wanted to, you guys want to start with The Rock and what you guys think about that? Yeah. Okay.
Can I go? Can I go? No.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Who gives a shit who he endorses? He's a fucking wrestler that turned into a movie star. He might be a nice guy outside the ring. He might not be. I don't know him personally. But if he wants to vote for fucking creepy Joe Biden, good for him. If he wants to vote for fat Oompa Loompa Donald Trump, good for him. What difference does one individual have that matters so much because he's a leading man in a fucking Hollywood? Come on,
I think you're asking the perfect question right there.
Yes.
it was not a stupid question. The point is this. The point is this.
Stop right there.
Hold on. No, wait.
Well, go ahead.
Let me finish my statement. What I'm saying is this. People are so hung up on this video that he put out, this 7-minute video about him endorsing Biden. Obviously, whether he believes Biden or not, whether he really hates Trump or not, we'll never know. Or is it because the powers that be and the ones who are paying him all the scatol for the movies that he's doing told him, hey, we need you to fucking back this guy because, X, Y, and Z and A, B, and 3 are all intertwined with him and they're intertwined with us. And if he doesn't make it and everything falls down, it's going to affect your bottom line and our bottom line. So you better play nice for the team and do some good business so we can get a bigger payday. That may be true. But even if that is the case, this is the problem with society. We are dwelling on one celebrity movie actor opinion. Why don't we take the opinion of the first responders, of the medical workers on the front line,
Because they're all dying.
or the teachers, or the cops, or the firemen, people that matter, the real heroes in our society, that when shit hits the fan, they're the first in line to come help us out and help shape our children's minds in schools to pave the way for the future and see what the public really thinks and where it's really standing. No, we're going to go to the stupid Hollywood people, the quote unquote elite. I hate that fucking tagline because they're not better than me. They're not better than us. They're just another fucking pair of people who put their pants on one leg at a time. Okay. And some of these girls put on their skirts the same way a school teacher puts her skirt
in the dark
on.
crawling out the window.
Yes, because the wife's coming home. But point being is this: we're taking a fucking fart and we're turning it into a blizzard for no apparent reason. No apparent reason.
I think you were right on it, but it's the questions you are asking have big answers and big implications.
Well, put it this way: we sell for this more than we need to. If we sell for it at all,
so that's not him
but that's the thing.
somebody. This is a produced piece. That's a propaganda piece. That
of course,
who is pulling these strings, and it shows that they're scared of the wrestling demographic that they know is tied to Trump, and they thought with The Rock going that way that they were going to sway somebody, and that they made him dance, even though he just bought a whole football league. Which who do you think is going to watch? The pussy hat wearers or the dudes who drive trucks with truck nuts on them? And he just alienated all those people in a bad business move. And he sold, and he all had COVID and the popular thing that way. Supposedly he's quarantining, but he's also ripping the gates off the front of his mansion to get his movie set. Like, so what is it? Are you quarantining and you have COVID and we're following you because of The Rock that way? Even The Rock can get COVID? Or do you got to go toe the BLM line for the fucking comic book nerd movie so you can fucking make sure you're there as well for that? So we're getting all this message in beforehand, and then this comes out, dude. And it's Sally. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so my first thought: this could be something that his agent came to him and said, "Listen, somebody pitched this to me. We could do this. This could be something big." And he went, "All right, sounds like a good career move," because right now he's worried about career moves. Okay, so
how is that possible? He's the biggest actor in Hollywood.
It doesn't matter, but you always, dude, it's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough.
He already has X amount of movies he signed for down the pipeline.
He is looking to solidify his world forever, where he doesn't have to, he can go buy another place, rip the gates off, and never be in that house ever. So the point is, I think this might be something his agent offered to him. He bought the team, so now he's kind of covering the bases. He's betting on black and red. You know what I mean? He's covering both sides.
He's hedging his bets.
Exactly.
I think he just killed half his business, and a lot of people will remember this as a bad move when he should have laid the fuck out.
But now, here's the other side of this. Nancy Brown is going to see that and go, he's so respectful. And they're going to watch it in middle America, who may or may not watch wrestling, especially now, who've left it and they remember The Rock is amazing. They may still say, well, look at him now. I'm glad he's out of that garbage that was in. Now they've evolved with him. So now they can all vote for Biden. Okay. The other side of that, who is going to be going to the fucking, they're going to be going to those games where he's the owner. Eventually, unless they keep throwing it up in the air, they're going to forget he's the owner. Just like when Bon Jovi owned the fucking Jersey team, or then Bon Jovi owned the soccer team. And then it'll be one of those things where it just kind of slips by and, oh yeah, doesn't The Rock own that team? Yeah, I think so, maybe. Nobody will care. It'll go away too.
Somebody in the chat room, and that's where I was going to go with it, because I think we're leaving one important thing out. I think Rock, what's going to usurp his business, what's going to make him more well known and have a legacy than the XFL, than the Hollywood career? Presidency. or vice president. So I'm thinking that the DNC promised him 2024 because Biden's not going to go for a second term. Maybe he'd be a fill-in with Kamala Harris being a presidential candidate. Now you have two minorities on the ticket, a woman and a guy who had $7 in his pocket, and now look at him, the American story.
He got a smile.
The American dream. So that's what I'm saying. Like the only thing when I looked at that, I went, first of all, they knew he was endorsing them. So acting like they were surprised during the interview was just, they're not good workers. That's one thing that maybe somebody in the DNC or somebody on the campaign staff is looking like, we are terrible workers. We need somebody like this guy to come in and show us, because can you imagine, like, I don't know, I was saying this year, but like somehow Trump wants to run a third time or something happens, Rock versus Trump for 2024, or Rock versus anybody in that vein. Oh, that's your next president then. That's President Camacho from Idiocracy.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I mean, that's
Listen,
the self-fulfilling prophecy. Go ahead, Brondo. Tell him.
Here's the deal that I'm trying to get across. It doesn't matter what the reasons are, whether it's for self-gain, whether he's being pressured to, or actually he really does feel Biden's the better candidate, whatever. He's entitled to his own opinion, his own vote, and I can't fault him for it. But here's the deal. It doesn't matter who he wants. The problem is, the problem with this whole scenario, it's one person who's a movie star, and so many people on both sides are selling for it, and it's giving this individual so much power when it shouldn't. I don't care if it's The Rock. I don't care if let's see, James Wood comes out and does something for Donald Trump, and people are selling for it. I guarantee you, because more people are reacting to it. And
well, Colby Covington's the big sell.
Okay, the perfect example. Colby Covington, right? He steps up for Trump. He says his deal. People are selling it left and right. Guess what? Now he has more power. He has more influence. Just like The Rock has now more influence because people are selling for it. So now what he says is going to affect more people on both sides of the equation, and it shouldn't. Because
okay, so let me
hold on one second. What I'm saying is this: Kobe and The Rock both are part of a minute fraction of the American population, which means that they don't have to wake up and go work for someone else, a 9 to 5. They don't have to worry about putting food on the table for their families, or living check to check, or feeding making sure their kids have clothes on their backs, a roof over their head, and food in their mouth, or trying to get themselves out of financial hole because of college student loans, or mortgages, whatever the case may be. So when someone's living the high life because they were lucky enough to win the proverbial life lottery and have an occupation or a career that they're doing something they love as opposed to working in order to survive, you can't take their opinion as fact and as law, because they're not living by the means that the majority of the world is living by. You understand what I'm saying? So even if The Rock comes out and says he wants Cookie Monster as president, doesn't necessarily mean that we should pay any attention to it.
No, but that's, you see, what you're saying, I understand, you're making sense. However, you're saying you want America to just wipe away 40, 50 years, 60 years of television?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
no. Hang on. Let me get the point out, which is these people, the minute they were on a little screen and you watched them, they were now better than you.
Nope.
No. Yes. Everybody thought so. Even as kids, we thought so too. People who were on TV, don't you shake your head. People who were on TV and we saw them, it was like, wow. And then if you saw them in real life, you were like, wow. This all bullshit started then. Everybody was on the same side back in the day in the movies. Oh, hey, buy war bonds. This guy says buy war bonds. Oh, Ronald Reagan, the cool actor, says buy war bonds. All right, let's buy war bonds because they said so. Oh, hey, my little fucking cartoon, Bugs Bunny, just told me to buy war bonds, Dad. What's a war bond? They've been influencing people through the media forever. Now,
you're right.
Once it got to a certain point, MTV, and I'm going to use a specific example that I remember and it sticks in my fucking head. Metallica won an award for MTV fucking so many years ago, and Kurt Hammond stuck his greasy little fucking Weasley face next to the microphone, and he went, "Vote Bush," as he left the fucking stage. Okay? Who the fuck are you to push your agenda on people? Okay? You had this spotlight now that had nothing to do with politics, but now you had to run up and go, "Vote Bush." Okay, great. So at that point, that was then it started that whole rock the vote thing. So now they were also saying, though, at this point, we don't care who you vote for, just go vote. If you want to be a cool kid, you want to be part of the rock and roll shit, you want to be edgy, you want to be part of this crew, you got to vote. You got to be responsible. You got to cut your hair and be a responsible rock and roller now. Because now this wasn't about trashing hotel rooms anymore. This wasn't about doing all that shit. They were using their celebrity as responsible means. And now they want the kids to go vote. That's the great message. Good. Excellent. But they've been doing that forever. Now they've just slid out the, we don't care who you vote for. Now it's just vote for who we tell you to. And they're all doing it. Everybody does it. And that's why we've, even with shit we talked about, GGP, on this show, they have set up the elite, who I know, that's who they are, the Hollywood elite. Because they get to go to special restaurants. They get to go to places we can't get into if we had a fucking $100 bill hanging out of our zipper. We couldn't get into these fucking places. So they're elite people. They're the cool kids. They all have their Ribera jackets and we don't. So, right. So now that's the thing. They get to tell us because they have the platform. Just like we have this platform to say, go fuck yourself. And it might not affect us when they say, hey, vote for them. Because we go fuck yourself. But there are so many people who've been following this since the invention of fucking television and movies that they don't have anybody else to follow. Who are they going to listen to? Fucking Omar next door who goes, I'm a vote for Trump. And they go, oh, wow, you're an idiot. You have fucking you have Christmas decorations on your fucking lawn still. I'm not listening to you. So who they come in the house and then they hear The Rock say this and they go, oh, fuck. The Rock's against that yokel next door. Yeah, I'm for him. So now they've already made up their mind because they don't want to vote for the fucking jerk off next door.
I think even those jerk offs next door, and Stevie, we talked a little bit about this on Russo on Patreon. Isn't it? Everyone is so fed up if we've passed the tipping point that it's almost a Russo swerve that because The Rock would pull this and try and push it on somebody, it's going to have the opposite inverse effect. And be like, I see what you're doing. It's fucked up. And now I'm going to do the exact opposite of what you're trying to control, even in the masses to some degree that usually would follow the flock.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see anybody overly excited, if not absolutely giving backlash to Rock's endorsement. I mean, it was like 50-50 between saying, oh, this guy fucking sold out, and then steroids or stop wearing a smedium. They were not taking him seriously. And I really do think this is like an old media versus new media thing that if Rock did have a say, he should have pulled them aside and said, this rehearsed thing where they act like they're surprised by the endorsement and we're just kind of getting together. And then I'm interviewing them and throwing them all these pre-planned questions. The public is already smartened up, but no, they went straight out of like old newspapers out of the 60s and 70s. Like basically their idea, I think Trump is smart because he's not smart for a lot of reasons, but at least he knows we're not living in the era that when you throw the newspaper away, the news goes away. That's Hillary. That's the DNC, because they've had these things. Well, it's kind of true. Like nobody's going to jail for anything. Nobody's getting into trouble. This friggin' long game shit is just how many years we've been talking about it since day one of the show. So
Absolutely.
Rock, I think with Rock, he's not going to see. This is the false positive for them. The minority is so vocal that they seem like a majority. The majority is so silent that they seem like they don't exist until we don't watch the NFL. We won't watch the NBA. We won't watch your movie. We won't do the cool, dude. I'll just build a flint knife on a Sunday instead of watching football. That's exactly what I did.
And now you're ready to use it.
And that was a bigger dope. I watched him build that flint knife.
Come on. Fine. I was supposed to win the title from you. It was only going to be for a week, but now I can get my revenge.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it, I guess. We can talk about the jabs back and forth, but on the conspiracy side of what came out today, pretty interesting. I don't know how far down in the rabbit hole you went on it, but people are doing the zoom ins on Creepy Joe's eyes.
Did you preface it with what they were trying the rules first, so that way we know? Like,
oh yeah. So was it last week that Trump's team wanted to have him scanned to make sure he didn't have any earpieces in or anything along those lines, and they agreed to it, and then they pretty much took it back a couple days beforehand and said, "No, we don't agree to that." So this is Mojo Vision, supposedly, are way advanced contact lenses. His eyes are a different color for sure from what they were. You can look up the Mojo lens on Wired if you want. Let me see.
And he never looked at Trump once. He was like fixated.
And he kept looking at the camera like he was trying to talk to America, like they were going to answer him and save him. Here, let me just. I had one thing I noticed.
But maybe if he turned to Trump, just real quick, Sal. Maybe if he turned to Trump, there would have been some kind of. Maybe he had to keep his head still because if you move around, it might affect whatever they're accusing him of having in the eye.
No, I completely understand that. I also took it as a fucking complete beta move that he just wouldn't look at him so as not to engage him, because just from I've seen it in the past, and when he did it yesterday, if you remember, I remember watching this and just letting it sink in. He went Medicaid, and he overpronounced the word. So they drilled him. They drilled him so hard that when that word cycled through his brain, he had to overpronounce it because he wanted to make sure he didn't say Medicare.
Yeah.
So he overpronounced it, hard pronounced that word. And he went Medicaid. And I was watching him going, they must have fucking drilled the shit out of that dude with this. Because he must have fucked it up a dozen times and going over it. And he'd say, oh, Medicare. They're like, no, dickhead, Medicaid. Say Medicaid, you old fossil. And they kept smacking him until he then he got out on the stage and went, well, and then Medicaid. Yeah. And he overpronounced it. And I've seen it before with, when somebody is drilled, you make sure that you get that word out as clear and as enunciated as possible. So to me, I just thought that they told him, do not engage him. Remember the selling points we're telling you, because he would overpronounce certain words. And it just seemed to have those, like, he would go into that thought process just before he'd say them. And he did it a couple times, but the Medicaid is the one that stuck out to me.
Yeah, he could be programmed, whatever. Let me read the copy on this, GGP. I'll kick it to you. Man, I got to go up and take an allergy pill. I'm having a tough time breathing. A glance to the left, a flick to the right. My eyes flitted around the room. I moved through a virtual interface only visible to me, scrolling up through a calendar, looking up commute times home, and even controlling music playback. It's all theoretically needed to use Mojo Lens, a smart contact lens coming from a company called Mojo Vision. This California-based company, which has been quiet about what it's been working on for 5 years, has finally shared its plan for the world's first true smart contact lens. But let's be clear, it's not the product you'll see on store shelves in the next autumn. It's in the research and development phase, a few years away from becoming a real product. The fact that I tried did not even involve me in plopping on a contact lens. They used a virtual reality headset and held up bulky prototypes to my eye as though I was Sherlock Holmes with a magnifying glass. In a future with less screens, the Mojo Vision is all about invisible computing. The company whose founders included industry vets from Apple, Google, Amazon, every fucking evil company you've ever heard of, is creating a technology that lets you be you, lets you look like you, doesn't change your appearance, and doesn't make you act weird while you're walking down the street, said Mike Weimer, co-founder and the chief of the officer of Mojo Vision. So Mike Weimer, W-I-E-M-E-R, co-founder and chief technology officer at Mojo Vision. So there's your rabbit hole and look up on that guy. There's our next Jordy Nelson or whatever the fuck, Jordy Rose. It's very discreet and frankly, substantially most of the time. It doesn't show you anything. Making smart contact lenses is no simple task, even though Alphabet's Verily subsidiary to refocus its smart lens program after hitting a few snags. You have to have the right sensors and the right sizes, the power to make it all work, and the display and the image sensor too. These sensors range from custom wireless radios to motion sensors for eye tracking and image stabilization. It goes on. You can check it out from Wired magazine, you guys. Plus, people were saying he had a wire on his wrist. Some people are saying that was just a rosary. Then he adjusts, and he's wired inside of his jacket as well. So who knows what puppet master's pulling the strings, feeding them. The eye thing is pretty apparent when you look at it of what's going on. And obviously they have tech long before the rest of us. GGP, was he being controlled remotely last night? Or fed like any referee is from gorilla position?
It could be. It could very well be. Look, man, we all know that he is not the most coherent person right now. Maybe he's not suitable for the job. Maybe that's part of the grander plan. Get him through the door, push him out, put Kamala in, get a new VP, whether it's Kimchi or Friday, doesn't matter. But the contact lenses, I could see that happening. His eyes did look a little funky, whether he's wearing Mojo lenses. And I went on the thing, it was the website's like mojo.vision, www.mojo.vision. You can look into it. If it is something he's wearing because it was going to help him with the debate, it's no different, to be honest with you, than reading a teleprompter. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, or having notes in front of you when you're talking about subjects. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mr. President or Mr. Presidential hopeful candidate, what is your take on the 30,000 people who died? Well, the 30,000 people that died are very, very bad.
Right.
Like, really, you couldn't even say
the difference is, so if I tell you, if I go, okay, like for the show, we send so much shit through the messenger chat. Okay, shit on Wormhole, shit on Gravitate, everything. We cover so
shit
much
on the
shit.
fans. No, I'm kidding.
Shit on the fans, just nonstop. We just go through all this, but like we have to go through that, and then when the show comes on, then we'll recall and we'll go, okay, oh, let's go back to the chat room and see what we talked about. Okay, that's one thing. When you're supposed to be running, doing these debates, you're supposed to be well schooled in this shit. You're supposed to be already have some knowledge, as opposed to just going blank and being like, well, as far as COVID goes, I feel like in 1843 during the Civil War, we were well scouted because the Nazis had jetpacks and we were ready to fight them with baloney pencils. He just goes off his fucking rocker and nobody knows where the fuck he's talking about. Having these impromptu notes like a bug in your ear, that's not his intelligence. You're listening. Somebody else is handling that for you. That's somebody, you're playing trivia and somebody's Googling you the answers.
Yeah, well, that's been done for years with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Trump had someone in his ear too, because there's no way his fat ass can remember anything that doesn't involve himself. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. If it doesn't involve Donald Trump, he won't know. He won't know statistics about this, that, and the other.
I don't know. Yesterday, he took some serious shots and lowering the bar and going right at Hunter Biden, where he did lay it out in the QAnon kind of way. He laid it out in the
stop with that QAnon nonsense.
No,
it's all BS.
First he hit him and then he hit him with the GGP low blow, saying your son's a fucking coke addict. So there he had him reeling on the ropes. Then he came over the top and said he was the lowest. He got kicked out of the military, dishonorably discharged, which is either real or not and can be fact checked. So if Biden said no, and he really was dishonorably discharged, Trump knows he's got him there. So there's $5 face slap number 2. Then he comes over the top and says, how did he make money with China and Russia and the Ukraine? Which is
he kept saying it's not true.
Relating to what we talked to about with Shadowgate and these companies that are, and this will go back to everything with The Rock and all this stuff that Stevie and I were talking about with the 180 Russo swerve. Behavior modification is the commodity. Whether it's in to get people to do something in an election, it doesn't matter. The commodity is, can we get them to do it? And he was pointing that out about Hunter Biden being involved with those without saying Shadowgate, without naming, everybody who's involved with it. But those who are the Q heads and all that, I'm surprised I didn't see more of that today going down. Whoever wants to take it, please.
Well, listen, hold on. First things first, all right? I didn't get a chance to finish watching the debate. Only thing I saw that up to the point is that he was saying, well, how come your son was paid $3.8 million from the Russians? And then he kept saying it's a lie, it's not true, it's not true. But let's look at facts here, okay?
It was 3-5.
Yeah, Pop. If you were doing business with somebody, right, and you knew that person that you were about to do business with, you were going to make that person a little bit richer or do something right by them and help their business out. And in return, you say, hey, man, do me a favor. I know I'm going to do this for you. Can you do me a favor? Can you hook up Sal, GGP, and Stevie? Do me a favor and get them on this and pay them this much and just hook them up with just do me the favor because I'm doing this for you.
Is this you talking to me about booking?
No, dude.
Nice, this seems very familiar to me.
Look, what I'm saying is this. Fucking prick. So what I'm saying is this. Him going to the Ukraine and saying, hey, scratch my balls while I fucking scratch your back, and then I'm hooking up there somewhere to job so you can get paid. I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been done in business. It's been done in business since the dawn of time. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, Vince, I've wrestled for you for 10 years. Put my son in the farm league without taking a bump for.
You don't think when your father's the vice president of the United States and you're capitalizing on soft information war coup d'etat technology that there's not a conflict of interest there that later when if you think that he's the only one doing that, then I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. Everyone and their mother, including Donald Trump, even fucking that zombie fucking Nancy Pelosi, hooks their people up from time to time. Yeah. They say, absolutely. I'm going to do this. You do this for me. So, Sal, do you remember when the Bush girls were running blood diamonds out of Africa? No, me neither. Dude, this kid is a liability.
He might be a liability.
He's like, look, my son, Bo Biden. He goes, I don't know who Bo is. I'm talking about.
I don't even know Bo. I just know the one that got
I never met him. He actually revved him in a way because his son is bad. He goes, I never met your other son.
No, but listen
to the game. Go ahead.
So I understand exactly what GGP is saying. Nepotism and cronyism, it happens all over the place. Every level of business, every single level. As a matter of fact, even the low companies, shit going on down there. At a quick check, they give you incentive to get your friends in there because they need people.
Yeah,
that's okay. It just happens to be that fucking Biden got in this super, super fucked up position.
Yeah, because of his death. We were waiting on that trap, or else it was scripted out to fucking go down that way, dude.
Right. So, like, that's the difference is like, okay, you know what? I'll get Ben, Sal, GGP, and Stevie. Okay, we'll get them booked. All right, here, you guys are in. All right, cool. You guys, now you get those guys in, and we do a show. We go home, and everybody got the fucking payday because somebody hooked us up. Great, guys. Thanks. Thank you for the business. Good day. Now, if we went in, did a fucking a robbery during that, and we got hooked up, and all because we got hooked up, we got to cash in big on some fucking bullshit that went down because we got hooked up. Now it's different. Now the spotlight is going to be on that hookup. And that's exactly what Trump was focusing on with this bullshit over in, going on in the Ukraine was, why is your kid getting this exorbitant amount of money? And I think Biden was telling the truth because I don't feel like he got 3.8 million. He probably got 3 or 2.9, and Biden is still telling the truth.
That Stevie, don't you love that when you lay out a Clinton kill list number and you fucking idiot. They didn't kill 49. They killed 42. You stupid bastard.
It wasn't 67, dummy. It was like
I mean, no wonder Hunter Biden didn't go to the debate last night because this poor guy got fucked out of $600,000. He could have had 3.5, but it was 2.9. This guy. I mean, let's start a GoFundMe for Christ's sake.
We need to start one for Braun too because he wasn't on the show this week.
His name is
Right through your door, dude. I just see it right through that.
Wait a minute.
Wall.
Hey, you want to talk about conspiracy theories? We'll depart from this for a second. So Braun goes in hard on Twitter at Ben and sells for a guy, Scott Ward, I think his name is, who listens to this and listens to Russo stuff and calls everybody dorks. So he's really fucking hitting. He's really shooting on everybody.
Wait a minute. Braun Strowman called people dorks?
Dorks.
Yeah, when he went in on me last week.
He's a dork. So the very
Dork.
next week,
That's the
Braun
exact word.
Strowman,
Dork, like it's the fucking 1983 fucking Revenge of the Nerds, and he's Ogre.
Ogre wasn't on TV the week after he crossed Ben.
Police
Isn't that
Academy.
interesting? And Raw Underground was completely scrapped the week after it. See,
There's
Vince
no more
and I
Raw
have a theory
Underground.
that Ben is working for WWE. Popping on.
Could be true.
Shit.
Could be true. It wouldn't surprise me at all. He did get the new Roadcaster. Right? He got the new background in the house. Look at all that nice wood paneling in the back. Where did all that Scott all come
New
from?
bathroom.
Say,
bathroom.
I am the head of the table, the tribal chick. And I am the head of the table, the tribal chick.
You
Well,
will.
that's Shiplap. That's what's his name from Joanne and what's his name? Chip. That ain't cheap. That shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I got some information I'm going to share, but it came from Kayfabesaurus. Okay, and this is legit. I mean, obviously, I'm protecting the name so we can protect the innocence.
Hold on. We're 92 strong at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman.
Wow, good.
All-time
What are
new
we giving
record for post-debate, you guys. We're giving away some truth and real
Mr.
perspective.
PPV. That's who, motherfucker. No, seriously. Here, right? 3 days ago, I left Biden's motorcade in the Capitol. When he left, I was standing 20 feet away from him. He looked terrible, could barely walk. On the debate, I thought it was a lot of makeup at first, but as it went on, there was definitely something there. Possibly a body double, maybe the contacts. Who knows? From Kayfabesaurus.
Wow. So in the house, seeing some things that maybe, even with our Zoom on 4K that we weren't seeing, obviously in the sleight of hand magic to make these fucking septuagenarians fucking, look even viable. And like, what I'm just sitting there like, these are the two cocksuckers that represent us. Very fucked up. Here's one thing from last night I want to take around the horn. They're talking about the vaccine. And they're trying to first Trump shoots on big pharma and uses the Q words that way so fucking conspiracy theorists stand up and they're like, yeah, fuck big pharma. Then we come back around to vaccines again and he's going, well, we got Pfizer and Johnson, and I'm like, who the fuck?
Moderna,
Pharma, Merck, and them, and that's kind of shutting Biden down. He goes, we're gonna have the vaccine, some fake promises sooner than you believe in spring, and he's trying to say no, it's going to be later or what have you. But then Trump says, no, we've already been briefing the military. We have 200,000 ready to go.
200,000 a day.
We can do 200,000 inoculations a day using our military. Blow right by it is like it's a little, don't worry, we can get it covered because we've got the manpower to do it. Let's stop right there. Military forced inoculations, 200,000 a day. Go ahead. Anybody want to take that?
Yeah.
Well, look.
The thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You first. Go.
No, go ahead.
Somebody fucking go. Jesus Christ.
The fact was that Biden kept saying after he kept blowing it off and everything he said, everything Trump said, he would just laugh at when he had no response to it. When he mentioned everything about a vaccine, he kept going, no, and he kept laughing and saying no. But, and again, like the same thing that Ben brought up, he keeps bringing up the, big pharma, screw big pharma, and then I've spoke with all the heads at Merck. I spoke with all the big heads at Pfizer, at Moderna, which isn't that Fauci's place?
Yeah, dude, to me, I'm going, oh, really? That's okay. We'll do some investing there and we'll do like you're stooging it off. Sure.
Listen, he's double talking big time. Obviously. 1, 2, he let the fucking cat out the floor. Yes. he let the cat out the bag when he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be ready in a couple weeks. The
Yeah,
vaccine's gonna be
before
ready in a
November.
couple weeks. Like, really, guy? How is we gonna have? First of all, why do we need a vaccine for something that has a recovery rate of 99.5%? And they keep selling that 200,000 people died number, which
Yeah,
is not the real
That was
number.
driving me insane.
It's not the real number. If you look at the CDC website, it says 200,000 people died because of COVID, not because of COVID, with COVID-19.
With COVID.
And
9,000 because of it.
yes. So
How do we know that is even real, though? If they're going to lie about 200K,
Listen.
why when we find that's 9,600, then we're like, oh, see, I told you. What if it's not that either?
No, but listen, we'll give them that 1% of marginal error just for argument's sake to keep this civil. Because if that's the case, then we can't believe.
A liar, bro.
Well, then
Yes, I
even
agree, but-
Biden, even Biden, when Trump threw it back at him, he was like, "Oh, remember H1N1? You eat a dick." And he was like,
Yeah.
and then what did Biden say? Biden threw it out himself. He went, "It's completely different. 14,000 people died from that. 9,600 only died from this shit, motherfucker."
But that's what I'm saying right there.
Yes,
we
dude,
just-
I'm with you.
we
I was
had it-
screaming
we had
that
it-
yesterday.
We had this we have a rebuttal right then and there that can shut down the entire argument, right? But fucking Oompa Loompa doesn't say it. He has the people
They
behind him
didn't tell
to
him that.
feed him. But that's what I'm saying. They're all in bed together. Did you see when they walked out on the stage? What's the first thing Trump goes to Biden and say? They're like, this is exactly what they said. Both candidates' parties have agreed that they're not going to shake hands in the code of honor before the debate, right? A code of honor not being true. That was part of the Ring of Honor reference, okay? But they're not going to shake hands before the debate. Then they both come out, and Trump goes, "Hey man, what's up? Hey, how you doing, Donald?
Hey,
You know,
Joe.
hey Joe.
Joe.
You know how the kids? Like, come on, man, how stupid
It's
are
civil.
you?
Be civil.
It's not being civil. It's being
Yes, it is.
stupid. No,
Look, if there's a fucking cunt that I don't like, if I go out on a public stage, I'm like, hey, douche, hey, guy, what's up? It's gonna be.
Well,
done.
listen. Excuse
Sorry,
me.
let's get
Excuse
back
me.
to the Agenda 21 forced military inoculation. FEMA, that is far bigger than Hey Joe.
Yeah. Well,
Hey Joe. Hey Stevie, what are you thinking on this, man?
Well, I'm looking at real estate. I think there's 10 acres up here in Murphy, North Carolina.
Nice.
That,
I didn't
yeah,
like that last
you-
place you fucking sent me, dude.
Listen. If I avoided steroids for almost 30 years, where it could have made me a ton of money, you're not sticking that fucking needle in me. If I wouldn't voluntarily stick one in myself, so good luck with that. I think that would that vaccine thing, and that's the funny part about that too, is people are so politically weaponized in their own minds. They can't even think. They think that they're critically thinking when you hear the stupid thing like, I'm never going to take a vaccine from Trump. Trump's not in the lab creating the vaccine. That doesn't mean that it's a good vaccine. That doesn't mean that it's been tested enough. But there is that thing on that hot mic after a press conference where they weren't wearing the mask and they weren't social distancing. And they said, don't worry, we've already been vaccinated. That was a weird take that always stuck out to me. Not to say I still don't trust the vaccine. I still don't trust anything. You look at the swine flu vaccine from back in 76. You look, there is a class action lawsuit from India where basically the Gates Foundation is using them as guinea pigs. And people were getting fucked up from all sorts of vaccines. Probably this one, we don't even know about.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Snopes said that didn't happen.
oh, I'm sorry.
You guys are demonizing those poor Gates.
Sorry.
Those
Oh,
Gates
he
are-
was-
you should be ashamed.
They also said they fact checked. By the way, they fact checked Biden. That's how I'm doing it.
Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.
He said it, but jokingly. That's their fact check.
Yeah.
But during the debate, he said he never said it. And I'm thinking, I just heard it 15 times on Russo's brand this afternoon in the Roadcaster Awards.
This young man with a ponytail has a sound clip on his Rodecaster Pro. That is my Donald Trump impression. Thank you.
And then next week, Stevie was found hanging from his closet.
Dude, there's that documentary. I think I sent
Dude,
it to you.
I started looking that up. The Gray State, dude. Ooh.
Where
That's
is it on
something I did.
YouTube?
No, We got to get into it. We got to another show. Get
Yeah,
into
a whole other show.
Well,
with that.
just here,
Yeah, dude.
spoiler alert,
Well,
not
I
the
know-
spoiler alert for the movie, but for the real life. Him and his family were all found dead.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
but
dead.
where is it? I remember hearing about this thing getting shadow banned, and then where do you find
It
it?
started with InfoWars, and now it's tough to find. Probably.
Yeah, I haven't found. I didn't find it.
Alex Jones was working out and heard the news. That's his famous line. I was working out, and Millie, she's calling me. I'm like, oh God, I gotta put this 415 back up on the.
It's Millie. Let me do another rep. The second thing that stuck out was the $100 trillion Green New Deal, and that's not my plan. My plan's called Biden plan. That was his out, dude. While they're trying to show that of what they really want to do, which is that is what socialism is under. Okay, and this is something I wanted to talk about. Of like, I mean, you support Trump or whatever. No, I'm just going to tell you the difference in my life real quick of what I've lived through in the last 20 years. Okay. So, I was a professor and now I'm a businessman and a media owner and I was at the time I was a professor, I was an instructional designer at a college. Right. So I see that become the thing because they get a huge grant from New York State that gets it from the feds to push online learning. That's going to be the thing. We do that for 3 years. We get everybody in on that shit. Yeah, we love it. And but boop, that money dries out after 20 million per 3 years. So what are we going to do? We're not doing online learning. You know what's next? STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we're going to build a $60 million 3D printing lab, and you're going to have $20 million for recruiting and all that kind of shit. We're going to do that. That lab sits there, not completely empty, but maybe used at 5 to 10% capacity of what it could be doing. Built. We've got a STEM lab. STEM. Yeah, that's kind of not where we're going. Where we're going, nanotechnology. We're going to do a nano park. There's going to be $1 billion investment in upstate New York in nano, and it's all going to be state backed and all this shit. Nano park dies. This is in a fucking 8 to 10 year span. This is during Obama, the whole entire his thing. So now you're talking about, all right, you're going to work for bigger agencies that are going to give you a quality of life, but you're going to be a part of the big system. As Trump is in office, I'm now empowered, run my own business. I work my ass off, but I've seen that growth every year because the businesses I serve grow as well, and they need the marketing help. Which model do I feel more empowered in? Me having ownership over my own stuff. I do love influencing people and having all the toys to play with, at university. But the one is a real thing that moves people forward. The other is nothing more than a shift to sycophantically bring in more money and suck off the tit and just keep changing the argument. If they were really making engineers out of the STEM stuff, and we were really pushing nanotechnology, then the argument would be something else. But it's not. It's all just what the hot button thing is for the $100 million government grant before they have to switch again in 3 years and find out what the new fucking fake thing is. And that's why I don't believe in the other side of their argument. And that $100 trillion bullshit that they laid out is exactly that. That's the full implementation of a social structure that will have to be developed in order to pay that back over the next century. And that is their plan. As much as Biden tried to deny it, you can look into it. It's exactly that, dude. Stevie, you as a brand builder, what's your take on that?
It's very interesting because of my wife's podcast and interviewing different people, like from the trades especially. And you could speak on this too. You just put the bathroom and, kind of like gutted that and did a lot of great work with that. But Mike Rowe is famous for quoting that there's probably at least 4 million jobs just waiting to be filled for the trades, for things that could rebuild infrastructure within the country, things that could properly build quality homes. And I'm convinced the way they're building so quickly that these things are going to fall down in 5 years anyway, along with the market.
That was part of that thing too. 200,000 homes will be built in each state that are new economy or like new codes, so they can raise the smart home, be in more control in a fucking, Ray Bradbury kind of way. And even your house will have to be upgraded as well as your car and new electric vehicles as we move to 2025, 2030.
Well, what's going on is, like, you're talking about our brand and the way we build it and everything. We're in a unique, we're all four of us in a unique era where we had shit jobs when we were 13, 14, 15, 16. Sometimes in the rare 20s and 30s, we had to start over.
25, 28, 20.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, we know what it's like to say, I don't want to do this any longer. I want to do something for myself. Even if I have to suffer, at least I know I can build it up rather than having, there's a certain need for that. There's a certain need for, it's like the minimum wage thing, the debate about that. There's a certain need for somebody to pay their dues, get paid maybe $7.50 an hour, because that's the motivation for them to do better. When you come in and you have the minimum wage, or the UBI is interesting in a way, because guys like us will still work if we're allowed to. We'll still have our brands and sell stuff on top of that. But the value of all that stuff, and I think look what the lockdown did to people. Just for a thought, look at the lockdown and the shutdown and everything, and people getting laid off or even fired, did to people's psyche. Did to people where they got laid. They make a joke about it on commercials now. People sitting on the couch, getting fatter, just doing nothing. Then the depression kicks in, and you don't have.
How about the message I sent you yesterday with to voting for Facebook?
Mhm.
COVID is enough of an excuse, like in print, dude.
Taking any kind of effort from you, like it is 1984. Outside of working out in front of your TV, you're going to be made to just be as inconsequential as possible. And that's where we're unique. I think we're the last generation that's going to know anything. Yeah, right there. I got it too earlier today. The best part is, like, they have, like, mine was Kentucky, and they say you can edit your state, but what if I just wanted to vote in Kentucky and they still sent it to me online to Georgia?
That was where I wanted to go next, because that was a big part.
I know
of it.
mine was a tangent. It didn't make much sense. I'm just saying, there's things that people can do. And, when you say you can't take account for your own life, or you can't do this, you can't do that. We've been bred in a way now and then influenced and institutionalized to think anything outside of a bachelor's, master's, doctorate, anything like that makes you completely unemployable and a loser. That's the scam of college too. Because all of us, we've had college, but it hasn't influenced us in our life. That has nothing to do with what I do now.
I gotta disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
It's not for everybody. That's what
exactly. Yes, because my friend is the head of technology at a college, and he never stepped foot into a college once.
My degree's in media arts, so I kind of got to put it over.
All right, here's what I would say too. If I go to college to edit and learn in Final Cut Pro, by the time I get done the 4 years, Final Cut Pro looks completely different from all the software updates.
You're not wrong.
Use?
But they'll also offer you a job teaching in their college.
Software. Yeah. And to go back to mine, those are the people in the safe space who aren't out really doing it in the real world. So of course they don't mind if they're tenured in shit shifts and they know the money's coming in. They just got to roll with the punches. But that is living inside of a lie. And I'd rather live inside of something that I built for myself with people that I trust. And I know that it is a real stable thing that I got to be the backbone of it. And if I'm not, it's going to fall. Not wait to see what next state money's coming in if I get laid off in between because my job gets marginalized because now we're pushing over to this other way, which is exactly what happened to me there. So I think that's
one more point, just real quick. We got it. This is the conspiracy part of it. They can take it away from you just like that if they're giving it to you, especially digitally, whether it's a grant, a job, a UBI, anything like that. That's the most dangerous part of losing your freedom that way.
Yep. I want to just try and make this call quick. I don't know if he'll pick up. I sent him a text. We'll see.
Is it Utah? You talking to Manny?
I want to give a shout out to Ben's favorite actor, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill said the debate was worse than the Star Wars holiday Christmas special. I thought that was hysterical.
I have that on DVD.
So far, Leah Thompson had the best one, who said that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I made out with a duck.
That's awesome. Oh, great.
What I saw that I liked was I don't think he's picking up. I like both of these guys so much. I don't know who to vote for.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any.
Wow, what a work.
Shout out Vinny Paz. I wanted to get some boots on the ground from Philly's finest, man, and let him promote his new album, Jedi Mind Tricks. Vinny Paz stuff over there, guys. Say we miss him on the Horsemen, and we definitely want to have him back on here. But we got Philly guys here. I don't got to go too far. I just wanted to get some updates live and direct after that, because Trump kind of bashed Philly. What's going on there? And he also in Virginia, where we've seen these mail, leading up to this, Trump was trying to shut down the post office and some move that way, because we've seen in Indiana too, ballots going out. These saying ballots in the trash that were already marked Trump. There's ones coming back marked November 10th. So a week after, but we're supposed to announce on November 4th. So what's going on? So, we're already underway in the PSYOP of whatever they're trying to do on both sides, whether it's shutting it down or getting them out there in some degree, and who are the ones counting and all this type of stuff. There's already a ton of ballot fraud going on. We've seen it proven. He said a couple times, and then Biden was like, no, it's not. Well, what are you going to, why take a hard line when you can be proven wrong with evidence to the contrary? Who wants to take it here, man?
Do you remember back when when America found out what a Chad was? Remember that shit with Bush in Florida?
Yeah, with Gore.
Hanging Chad.
Right, and nobody knew, and we all found out what a Chad was, and that became the social haha of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying, and Biden, and then he threw that out of, well, military, they've done it for years, for decades. Yeah, the military has. The people overseas, they can all do it through mail, sure. But to me, it's like exactly what you're saying. He took that hard line on something that they can go, well, here's the data. Here's the statistics that show it's kind of shitty. Here's the proof saying, oh, well, we got fucked on this. We lost a bunch of ballots. And even before any of this was even a thing, we found out that whole Chad thing, that there was miscounts, there was missing ballots, there was overstuffed boxes, all kinds of bullshit. So now, how are you going to say it's not foolproof? This is a much better system, or it's not a better system. How are you going to even say that? On something we've had going on before anybody considered voter fraud and all this other bullshit. And what, Chicago? When was that? When all those dead people voted? There's that's a big joke now. But that was done back in the day when they were like, oh, but that was before we smartened up.
You've seen the coup d'etat against Gore. But Bush doesn't have his people, his brother running the state like this one, but doesn't mean they don't have things set up the way that they want to do right now under somebody else and not just be under the family. It's going to be tougher to track that way. So things that are registered even November 10th, when we know we all woke up that day. It's not a close to September 11th event where you thought Hillary was just going to roll because of the propaganda. And we wake up and it's a whole new world. Because Sal fired up the CERN machine and fucking Mandela effect.
I would also like to point out that the little video you sent, the little fucking rib video about black holes. What did they tell you? What you should have took away from all of it? There is absolutely no concern for the Large Hadron Collider. You can't generate it. Cannot generate the things you were saying. So
first of all, black holes aren't. No, listen, it's not a rib video. Black holes aren't even fucking real. It's all theoretical. There's no such thing as a fucking black hole. There's your fucking science and religion fucking connection. You say there's no such thing as God because we can't see it. Guess what? No one's ever seen a fucking black hole. It's fucking theoretical. It's all theory physics. It's not true. So am I wrong?
All holes matter. And
yeah, especially in fucking Rikers. I know.
Stevie, what are you thinking on the vote scam, voter fraud? This is obviously, I think, the biggest part of what's going to go down. They try to play the white supremacist stuff. We can talk about that later, but I think this is where the real danger lies.
Yeah, there's a farm here that's about 15 acres up in North Georgia. I'm looking at it. This looks really promising. Good chickens and all that stuff. I got my shotgun, so there's a porch, so they can fit right nice up against the rocking chair.
You have a rifle yet? You got
I didn't get a rifle. I got a Glock 19 Gen 5. She's got a 43X. I got the 19X, and then Remington 870. I got to get next thing. I got to get their hunting rifle.
I was just gonna say, yeah. I was just looking if you want to come up to hunt or not. It doesn't matter. You can hunt.
I think we're all going to go hunting and record an episode. I think that would be cool.
I'm down.
So the voting thing. I have a very, very, just in the pit of my stomach. I feel like this is all being let to be so. What's the word I'm looking for? It's so flawed. You know what they're going to have to do? They have to go one step beyond voter ID or anything like that. And they're going to start, doing DNA, blood stuff to make sure you are you. So once again, adding to the database.
Bioscan. Yep.
I just think that you can't let it go this much you can't let it go this far without somebody turning around who's halfway smart and going, you know what? They're going to beg for us to fix it. Just like they're begging for a UBI and they're begging for all this stuff. This is the way to truly, and it will be, for time, accurate. But what you're trading now for your vote will be your actual, everything, what's left of any little bit of privacy you might have. Now they have every bit of data on you. They probably do anyway, but this time publicly, your blood, your DNA, your retinal scan, your face scan, whatever it might be. Now you can vote with confidence and know that your vote is yours. I can see the commercial right now.
What year?
Maybe as early as 2024. Now you're talking about Agenda 21 too, which I know now it's 21st century. So I apologize for that. But Agenda 21 is now 200,000 homes in each state. Are they going to start trying to pack them in? Are they going to start trying to take land under eminent domain, like the farm I'm looking at, and going, we need to build. There's too many people, so we have to have everybody in smaller houses now, because now we can't afford to take care of people that are in a house over 1,000 square feet. Dude, they can go as far as they want with all this stuff. Is anything I'm saying completely nuts?
No, it's only 15 days till we should be beating this, right? 15 days of quarantine for everybody, and we should have been over.
Yes, that's all it was.
Flatten the curve. Because of the big scary virus that has a 99.5% recovery rate. Because that 0.05% of people who may get it that have a pre-existing condition and has to be elderly, which limits the 0.5 to more like 0.00005%, we got to shut everything down. Fuck it. Because, the statistical age of people dying in the U.S. is 78. And ever since COVID hit, the average age of people dying is 78. So watch out. All CDC backed facts. No bullshit. You know why I'm sorry I keep bringing it back to this every fucking episode. I know. Because it gets me upset, dude. It's almost as I get as passionate about this almost as much as 9/11, because it's both of these scenarios has affected me tremendously. I was there for both of them. This whole fucking thing with COVID now, it gets me upset because I literally firsthand, front row, I am seeing liberties getting stripped and literally seeing people being okay with it. And me sitting here telling them, what's wrong with you? People that I know. Why would you do this?
Listen to this one. I didn't tell you this one. This will get you hot.
Well, I got a story to tell you too, but you go first.
I go to Stewart's late night. to cheat on my Stevie Richards diet and get a chocolate shake like 2 weeks ago. And dude comes in behind me. I'm getting my wallet. I'm like, go ahead, bro. He's got the mask on, goatee coming out of the bottom. He's easily 35 years old. Big sign on the front. You can't come in here. We won't serve anybody without a mask. Da, 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 da. He goes up, orders, and gets a pack of fucking Newports. The girl goes, look, gets his ID to scan it. She goes, can you take your mask off? He goes, what? She goes, yeah, I need to check and make sure it's you today. He goes, doesn't that sign say you got to have your mask on inside the store? She goes, yeah, I know. I get it. I think I know what's going on. And I'm like, he looks at me. I look back. I go, I don't even fucking know what to tell you, Briz. At this point, he pulls his mask off. He goes, you know, there's a disease supposedly going on. She's like, yeah, I think I know. Thanks. You don't have to tell me. He puts it back on. She sells him the fucking smokes. I'm going, what type of fucking mental like trap are we fucking operating in where the girl with the GED is fucking enforcing the COVID law, but also enforcing the tobacco law to make sure you're not selling to underage minors as they cross in some strange paradigm where she has to do a complete 1984 double think, two fucking thoughts in her head, diametrically opposed to now, not just for her, to inflict it on somebody else in the fucking wild, bro. It was, dude, the moment that guy and I shared of like, yep, we're actually here in society, bro. Like, this is where the fuck we are. And then this girl trying to be smarmy cunt about it. It was a delicious chocolate shake. It was really good.
She was actually she's just like the other example that I've seen that's real. She's the dumbest person in the room, trying to act like she knows the most, which makes her twice as dumb. Is just like the overweight person in the wheelchair with really bad health, but she has a mask on, telling somebody who's jacked and works out and everything, you're not healthy. You need to wear a mask. That kind of shit.
Oh, the second one too, GGB, before I get it in. Exactly, Stevie. I'm at the fucking getaway gimmick with the wife at Bushkill Falls in the Poconos, going down through Ewok villages. They built these beautiful wooden staircases. It's fucking awesome. Nope. In the middle of the woods outside, you got to have your mask on. You got to be distanced from everybody, dude. In the woods. I'm just like, it's insane, man. The control level, and nobody really addressed that last night.
It's more, no, it's all it is. It's more of a social thing at this point. I just went to the chiropractor and I had my mask on because you have to, big signs everywhere says you must wear your mask. And I walked in and I went in the back by his office and he turned around his chair and didn't have it on. So I looked at him and I was like, so he was cool. He went, oh, off come the mask. We're fine. So in public, you better wear it. But if people are cool individually, don't worry about it. We're good. It's a social thing. Nobody wants to get yelled at. Nobody wants to be screamed at. I'm begging to be screamed at.
That's what I mean, bro. That's what annoys me the most. The fact that they come out and they tell you, wear your masks in case you can't social distance. And the mask is going to protect you in case you can't social distance. Okay, fine. I agree with that statement. No problem. But here's the deal. If you're already social distancing, why do we need to wear a mask? And if the masks work, because they're going to protect you. No, not even that. Well, yeah, one. But if the mask does work, if you're wearing one and it works, who gives a fuck if I'm wearing one or not? It's supposed to work. It's supposed to help you. So what is it? Two fucking wrongs make a right here? Like we both have to wear a fucking mask to make sure it works? Or we're going to take a fucking shower with two raincoats on because one raincoat isn't enough to protect us from the fucking water in the shower?
Unless I'm willing to risk my life to identify you, so to make sure you're of age to get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, do the same thing with the TSA.
Respiratory infection, but here are these Newport 100s with fiberglass in them.
Bro, same thing with the TSA. I'm walking through JFK and LAX wearing the fucking mask, the surgical mask. I go through TSA, like, can you pull down your mask so I can see your face? I felt like telling them, then what's the fuck's the point of me wearing a mask throughout this whole fucking place if you're going to make me take it off here? It's not airborne, so I don't understand why the fuck I got to wear a mask to begin with. But okay, so boom. And then going into a restaurant, just in general, any state, from the door to the table or to the bar, you got to wear a mask But once you're sitting at the bar or at the table and you're eating or drinking, it's okay not to wear the mask. And then I saw a picture. Then I saw a picture of like an orchestra playing their fucking instruments, and they're all wearing a mask, but they got a slit for their breathing and for their mouth so they can play their instruments. So it's just covering their fucking face with a piece of cloth that has 2 holes in it so they can breathe and they can blow out the wind for their fucking saxophones and their fucking flutes
Well,
and whatever.
if you blow air through an oboe, that actually kills all the COVID that's inside.
Could you just wear the mask on the end of the oboe?
Yeah, I think that's the next thing is to have a mask on the
But
end.
this is the stupidity that we're in right now. And the funny thing is, it's not even a law. It's an executive order. It's not a fucking physical written law. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, GGP, would Cy Snoodles have to just wear a rubber around her lips?
Probably.
In order to keep her safe?
Probably.
Here's the next thing, and here's where it's about to get real. You guys heard me. I was like wheezing a little bit before I went upstairs, grabbed a quick allergy pill, and now I feel a lot better. Well, that could be it. But here's the thing. How about when now that we're out of summer in the little lightened up 20% lockdown and we're coming back into the big lockdown and people are going because they normally do like they do in November to February, that's going to be the new, oh my God. Oh
man.
Bro.
Look,
the reaction insane, bro. Insane.
Listen, quick, when I was in Florida and I was in the thing, I was getting gas and the guy comes in and he goes, and people did the fucking look and he went, no, it's cool. It's okay. I have COPD. And people were like, oh, okay, cool. Like, dude, so it's cool. You're going to die. Though. That's cool. All right, bro. At least it's not COVID. Good for you, guy.
Dude, same thing happened. My daughter's school, right? One of my kids, the girl has allergies. She sneezed. They sent her home, right? She had to get a doctor's note. Came back with the doctor's note. She sneezed again. They sent her home again.
Yep.
And she's like, but I got a doctor's note.
You got to go back to the doctor and get another checkup. You got to, every dime comes out of your pocket right now. You have to go back to the doctor every time.
This is also another stupidity we deal with, right? My wife, she's very nice. She's a Girl Scout leader for one of my daughter's troops, right? There's 4 or 5 girls in the troop. All the Girl Scout leaders in the area had a meeting with the head fucking mob boss of Girl Scouts, the regional boss, right? And the regional boss is telling everybody, we're not allowed to have any gatherings whatsoever. But they're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. All our kids do social gatherings. They go to school together. They play sports together, after school sports. They hang out with each other. They do play dates with each other. But we can't get together for a fucking meeting? No. So then one of the mothers gets on and says, after the fucking head boss tells them A, B, and 3, why not? She goes, I'm a doctor. My husband's a doctor. Everything you said is dead wrong. I'm telling you, it's the opposite. She muted her and booted her from the conversation. I was like, are you kidding me? So people are getting hungry with this little power trip.
I think that's a really good thing to teach Girl Scouts. Don't listen to educated professionals. Always go for the power play cunt move anytime you can in life. That's the number one thing we want to teach our youth. Stevie, go ahead. Yeah, please. Let's all take the
Scout. You do it. You got to take the cunt move. Scouts honor. In Scouts honor, and they're not even Boy Scouts anymore. So we won't even get into that. Hey man, the Idiocracy. I don't even know if you're allowed to watch it anymore because it could reveal the truth of what's going on. It's crazy that well, look at this. Like, it's just like, what is a racist? It's the trigger word that somebody wants to get you in trouble in any way possible to destroy your life. And if you say you're not, and you try to prove you're not, or you give examples of how you're not, then that's you trying to hide your racism. That's double. That's the, well, it's not double. It's kind of double think in a way, isn't it, Ben? Because by trying so hard to do what they're doing is actually very racist. So they're two diametrically opposed things.
Let's see what we really saw last night, and no one's really posted it out there. I'm surprised. 1984, we have all that, but this is the 2 minutes of hate. even though it's lasting 24 hours or 90 minutes as we watched it, where people are allowed to online to go, what the fuck? I hate this guy. He's not a president. And like, just to be able to, and work. Sal, were you not worked into a frenzy in the 2 minutes of hate? Now
every lie that was thrown out, and every time Trump would cut him off, I'm like, let this motherfucker talk. And I'm screaming.
I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but that's what I'm gonna try and find it real quick and bring it up so we can share
just for on the fucking lowest level of the new generation of people on playing Call of Duty, on just going on live, and kids, you could tell the kids that are on there and they're just going on, and we throw shit around, everybody shit talks, and to hear some kid turn around and call somebody a name and then N-bomb them. And the kid goes, well, I'm black. That's racist. Well, yeah, it's racist. That's why the fucking kid said it, to elicit your response. Yeah. And you could tell the kid isn't black because he is the whitest sounding kid on the planet. He's like, I'm black. That's racist. I'm reporting you. Okay. And that's just a new thing.
And then the Twitch deer comes and prances through. And
she comes in. She shits on your lawn. She nibbles your grass and then tells you you're banned.
An evil tube growing, spreading in our midst.
What is this, Ellen's audience?
Shout out his name.
This is you guys on Twitter.
Oh, that was the crowd at the Thunderdome.
Yeah, that's the Thunderdome crowd.
That's New Jack fans.
Was it Citizen X? The Johnny Canine's crew? Who is it?
Is this not all you have to do to show them a picture of Trump to get this response?
Yeah. But also, if you show someone on the right, picture of Biden, same thing, bro. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna say no on that.
They laugh at him.
They laugh.
Well, no, they do. They do. It's not as vicious, but it's just as loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that. Normally, there are equally good people on both sides.
This guy, not. That's your win.
Is that Albert Fish? Jeez.
They all need to be wearing like little black.
Jesus Christ! GGP's match wasn't that bad last night. My God, these people are mad.
Oh, wow!
Wow, Stevie,
That's all right. I'm retired. I make fun of active wrestlers now. It's my job. Wasn't that guy? That guy was in Viva Vendetta, right? Ben?
Yes.
He plays the top dude. That's why he was cast that from this movie.
What movie is this again?
Ben,
what movie is this again?
1984.
So explain the 2 minutes of hate though, Ben, to people about this movie.
It's an exercise where they're all sent to gather in a theater setting where they are shown footage of the foreign war and the leader Goldstein, who is obviously the Zionist Israel regime in this. And they just hate him to be doing it. It's the same exact thing as Osama bin Laden in the cave with the AK. Have the dudes pop out of the fucking foxhole, monkey bar. How many times have you seen that? And to condition you to fucking hate that way. And now we went from hate the brown man in the country that you don't know about to in your own backyard. Scream hate and fucking can you believe what he's doing in real time? That's what we're doing right now.
Quick as just to bring that up, every time I think my wife's not paying attention to anything I'm doing, she brings up a valid point. She went after the whole debate was over, she shuts off TV. She goes, "So ISIS isn't a thing anymore. We're safe from them. We're good.
We're good." Hey, dude, there was no email or put her in jail. There was no 9/11 truth last night.
Nope.
The real things are deafening, which show that it's such a bigger ploy and plot and play. GDP, I don't want to come over on top of you on that. Like you said, I don't think whether it's the Proud Boys and this stupid shit that they're trying to fluff up that way, that's such a small minority. The reason why they're destined to lose, I think, is the same as when it went down with Hillary. They tell you everything. It's so big and it's 90% and it's da-da-da. And then Stevie sent us that video of the difference between a Trump rally and a Biden rally. And there was 40 people at the Biden rally, spaced apart 15 feet, sitting in circles individually with no cheer, no fanfare. Meanwhile, they show the Trump rally. It looks like WrestleMania 2, and he has them fucking turn the cameras around and shows the parking lot is full with another 20,000.
Oh, yeah, I know that. What I meant my statement I'm saying is that not all right and left. I'm saying the extremists on the left show that much hate for Trump, and the extremists on the right show so much laughter for Biden. They get the same amount of volume as far as response goes. Okay, that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said.
When it comes to swinging the sword, the other side's just on the
Oh,
front.
yeah,
Screaming.
of course.
The numbers to come trampling over the hill, a silent majority, are all there because they're there and loud, but still the corrupt Mockingbird news organization isn't showing them for the numbers that they truly are.
Listen, this whole scenario that's going to happen in 2020, this is my prediction. Trump's going to win. And you know why? Because it's the same fucking spot, same fucking, same ex-WWE legend comes to the Indies, does the same match, insert wrestler in spot A, B, C, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, ring the bell, hit my finish, go home, go get yourself some merch, and go drink some beer, right? That's exactly what's going on. They're just looping the fucking thing all over again. But instead of Hillary, it's Biden now. And that's it. And that's it. Trump will get his 8 years, and they're all in bed together. And they all have their little fucking accord. And after 8 years is over, it'll be someone else's turn. And that's it. Whether it's going to be red or blue in another 4 years, who knows?
Here's a quick prediction. The next big shoe to drop is Obama's in the next 2 weeks. That's what the next move after The Rock is Obama's, right? To come out and really stump this next week. And that'll get people hot. Stevie?
Was I the only one that when I saw that, I'm using air quotes, terrorist footage with Osama bin Laden, where they were on the monkey bars going back and forth and doing all that stuff, I was like, all we have to do is protect the playgrounds and we'll be fine.
I think
I didn't know they had so much heat with playgrounds.
This used to be my playground. This used to be my childhood dream. And, you know, they put him over. Did you like that one? It's the tribal.
Raj's girlfriend thought I was Shawn Michaels, but then said I had nicer eyes and hair. So that was cool. That was nice. Thank you.
Same.
You have nicer eye.
Same finish.
Imagine that guy with one of those contacts like Biden had.
Oh, dude.
The Mojo contact.
Steve read 2 books at once.
We'll see on the Mojo Ultra contacts, Mojo Ultra Riley.
So hold on, I'm sorry. I had my family come down and bother me real quick. What did you say was the next thing? You said Obama's coming next, the next shoe to drop?
I think that'll be the next, like him going to bat of like coming out of because they've been pretty silent, right? They'll come out of the wood
just to show support.
And really bury Trump in the next week or two.
So question, you guys think that before the election comes through, we'll get a fucking alien invasion at all?
Well, New York's had had a bunch, so.
Mars, here's one thing. Dude, I've seen Mars more than I have ever in my lifetime, crazily like red, to be able to pick it out of the sky like I usually can with a North Star with no problem. Way illuminated more because of Planet X, possibly, is what I'm thinking, dude. I've you know, pretty good at picking out whatever Orion's belt and all that kind of stuff, but Mars has been super illuminated. Something to keep an eye on that way.
Oh, man, there was such a gay joke in there. You're super awesome at picking out Orion's belt and his shoes in his bag. God damn it, I missed it.
Okay, he's hanging out. He's seen Mr. Bruno Mars more times than he wants to because of his North Star.
Stevie's turned me into a proud gay American like himself. So you can catch all that update on Russo's brand. We got plenty of Shawn Michaels eye jokes in this week as well. So he's been taking a beating every which way but loose. Where are we now? Yeah, we'll wrap it up. There was one story I wanted to keep looking into. I sent you guys that Dormio MIT experiment where they
with the dreams,
able to get into the lucid dream state now. Mm-hmm. You know, sure, there's the mind control aspect or whatever it is, what they want to sell fantasy wise. If you want to have sexy dreams, you want to have badass dreams, you want to have whatever. But what I'm seeing is a window of
Valerian root.
opportunity 6 to 8 hours long where marketers are going, how do we market to these people in their subconscious that way? And whether it comes from your Mojo contact lenses or your phone even sending out a ping signal that will be able to incorporate into this. This is what MIT is working on. And believe me, every company in the world wants 33% more reach and frequency in their messages, especially if they can get them into your head in a dream
How many
state.
more percentage?
33.
Oh.
Well, there's 24 hours in a day and 8 hours you're asleep, right? So that's 33.333.
Oh, is it really? Oh, interesting.
All you got to do
How
is
coincidental.
take Stevie's sleepy time tea, and you take a shitload of valerian root, and you'll have the fucking best dreams ever.
That mugwort
Personally
didn't work for
endorsing.
you, did it? The mug. We have
what?
more. Do you want more mugwort? We sent it to you before. You said it didn't really work
No,
too
the
much.
sleepy time tea, the tea you sent. That
No, we
with a bunch
sent
of valerian-
mugwort. Yeah, but we put mugwort in there big time because you wanted to have terrifying dreams.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
But
did
yeah.
Expelliarmus, and you're like, it's not mugwort, it's hogwort in this. God damn it.
I kept thinking about fucking Harry Potter all day. It was weird.
Look at this big son of a bitch.
Around the board real quick with that, getting into this inception, being able to control thought and market to the subconscious, or perhaps improve yourself and maybe get rid of some PTSD. I think about my cousin who, when we're at camp, bro, he'll just wake up in the middle of the night, post-Iraq PTSD, screaming, not knowing where he is. I've heard it 2 or 3 times. It's pretty shocking and terrifying. What if we can, they'll slide it in under the guise of that, and maybe it will help them. But the reality is it's opening up a whole nother part of the marketing for everybody. So what are you guys thinking?
What if the whole Elon Musk thing with the Neuralink has something to do with this too? Right? In order to send out a signal, you need a receptor, right? So if you're already fucking got a hole in your fucking head, thanks to Uncle Elon, and he needs to make a little side bet, a little side Scott hole to pay for his hooker and his blow fucking addiction. Why not? Right? It's all off the books. Yes, for Biden and Bo and Hunter Biden. Yeah. They're gonna remake fucking Bachelor Party, the movie with Tom Hanks, all over again.
Yeah, and do you think that was the other thing too with the Hunter Biden? Look at the way fucking creepy Joe is. You think he hasn't been doing blow forever as well, trying to creep up on chicks? That's some straight 80s cokehead fucking behavior. There's no doubt about that. Hey, you want to go do a line? Come up behind him, like shift him that way. Like that's his whole move, you know. Stevie, what was it like when he tried to lay hands on you when you were dressed in drag?
Actually, Joe Biden was writing for WWE during that time with the dress and the wig. He was like, I like sniffing red hair. I haven't had that in a while. So I still want to know what he was on last night. If it was a body double, because it seems like that's the play. I mean, a play on both sides, but it seems like on the Democrat side, Hillary was definitely a body double when she took the big fall at the 9/11 memorial. And now Biden that's the odd thing that nobody's asking. How did he kick out so quickly? Even if he is wired up, he has a contact lens.
What if he just took some baby before he came in? A little adrenochrome before you go in? A little devil do you?
Okay, it would be far less. It would be far less suspicious if he was 90 minutes and they put him right back in the basement and he rested. But this dude's on the road now. He's on a train. So is this body double basically out there now running the gauntlet? How can he go from zero to hero within days? That's crazy.
Baby fluid.
Oh, don't you see it on fucking comebacks on AEW and WWE going 0 to hero? Come on. He could do it.
Yeah.
In Biden we trust.
There's a pipeline in
Comebacks,
Florida
is that
too.
Page's porn?
Ben said there's a pipeline in Florida too. So
yeah, if Biden puts on 40 pounds of muscle mass, we know he's hanging out with the Reigns.
Well, he didn't tear his quad, so.
But you never know. At the end of the day, come November 4th,
You are my tribal chief.
you may be saying it. Biden could be the guy. They're screaming already. Don't have any more. this shit to lessen the face of America. It doesn't matter, dude. This is all part of the plan. Hacker Hameen's overstrong. I destroyed wrestling. I made Goldberg champ in Saudi Arabia. I took Braun off the air. I got rid of Retribution, all of Raw Underground, and now I presented you with this last night in the final days and the death throes because you never looked into World Trade Center 7 like I told you to, Infidel. So this is what you deserve it. That's what it really is at the end of the day. So, but we're going to have a great time coming up in October, the end of Switch Up September. I was hoping to get a hold of Vinny Paz. Maybe we'll try and get him for October and see what is going on in the hardcore land of Philly. And definitely play some of his new joints, man, because I'm sure they're very poignant about everything that's going on at this time, as he's one of the most prolific MCs in the game right now, speaking the truth to the young black youth. And he was a great guest for us before, so definitely going to try and reach out to Paz and some other people for October. It's going to be a huge October month for Stevie Richards Fitness. We're all going to be joining in doing Stevie's new yoga program, getting ready to say fuck you to Planet Shit List in the new year, so you can join the Stevie Richards Resistance Band program and get that core strong, so I can get the call from Blake Troop to tag with my man at UW. Stevie, what's going down, man? This week we're gonna be back for the Friday locker room in the morning, 8:30, hopefully. But what else, big news wise, brother? Got a new gimmick too over at Stevie Richards on YouTube. Morning wake up show. Tell them about it, Stevie.
It's the morning warm-up show. Thank you for watching. But
he didn't get the first of the month joke though.
It's first of the month, right? That's,
I know. It went right over his head.
I just imagine Stevie singing Bone Thugs, him and his wife doing Bone Thugs.
See, they all got the joke. He came over with the 1-2, then I quantify it. And we're all back in the fucking lockup.
Thanks. I don't know. Must be something you teach at college. So anyway, Stevie Richards, the morning warm up. It's gotten a great response this week so far. Available live every morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. And then I put it right up on podcast platforms. So it'll be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Pocket Cast, all major podcast platforms. Smaller, digestible stuff. It's mainly on topics and things to get people's days started off right. I feel it was really more out of necessity because after watching 5 hours of wrestling, having to talk about it, and then this depressing shit, I need something to kind of balance all that out. So it's off to a really good start. Now, other than that, obviously, we're going to be doing projects on the YouTube channel, like making flint knives, trying to do fire, probably not indoors on that particular one. But we're doing a lot of different stuff. And also Stevie Richards Fitness, like you said, yoga and resistance band programs for the month of October. And I want to thank, speaking of being grateful, which I did today on the show, Force USA. A lot of people this month used the code Stevie5 for Force USA and Diamondback Fitness, and it's been one of our best months ever. So thank you for that.
Awesome, man. Great influence there. Also, a great run-in from the lovely Christy Manna. Check out her Career Junkie podcast, you guys. Some great interviews. She had a bunch in the can, so you got plenty to listen to instead of tuning in.
You can't say that. It's not that kind of channel, guy.
It is. My name's I guess not. We're reformed again. And where are you wrestling next, Stevie?
Nowhere. There you go. So catch it. Even though if you watch the morning show, someone in the chat room said that if you watch the morning show, you'll get matches in the suggestion, which hopefully won't be the Unforgiven or Unforgiven pay-per-view with Tomko.
Yeah, hopefully not.
The debut, the vignette for the Proud Gay American.
Sal, you'll be spiking up in a Chili's bathroom later before the Horror Junkyard. What's going on tonight? You guys gaming after we get off the air here? And I know.
Yeah, we're going over twitch.tv Conspiracy Horsemen or
I'll hear about /Horror Junkyard will be in the main.
Horror Junkyard, yeah. Chuckles is going to be doing Resident Evil 2, which honestly now after we spent a couple weeks on part 1, he can beat the game in an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. Now it's fucking ridiculous. So part 2 is coming up. He's going to do pretty much the whole series, I think. And we're going to go through a couple other horror games. And we've had a lot of fun. The guys lot of the guys come over. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. See, somebody has to know this shit. A lot of the guys from here, Jay Hall, we got Tuttles, all the dudes, other fucking hump from Tennessee. They show up in the group, and we have a fucking great time. Big Eve shows up. We just, everybody hangs out. Some new people we've met have been really cool. So we're doing that. Chuck's been doing nonstop trying to build up the video game platform since all of the fucking tournaments have been fucked by pedos, and they keep canceling everything. So we're doing
Isn't that
that.
what we're supposed to do? You're gonna take
Hold on. It's no coincidence, because there are no coincidences, as someone has said, in this world, that somebody who works for CERN in the HR department happens to be playing fucking tabletop games with pedos. I don't know. So, Ben, what do you think?
Games with pedos. That's ridiculous.
You said the pedos fucking ruined the tabletop games.
No, I said they ruined the gaming. All the big
so that's what I thought
tournaments.
you meant. Oh, video games.
Street Fighter.
My mistake.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Video games,
yeah, all this,
not tabletop.
Yeah.
My bad. Video games.
No. All the video game shit has been canceled. All of the tournaments that these guys look forward to every year, they keep getting fucked because these guys are inappropriate and start fucking kids online, or who's fucking boys at conventions, or who's fucking little girls here, or even now it's even got to a point of creeping up on them, talking online with people, and they're just, anyway, that's a whole other show. But we're also doing Hard Junkyard on Thursday. We're doing recording next on the October 8th. I think it's that Thursday. We're going to be doing Petey Wheatstraw, the devil's motherfucking son-in-law, which is going to be start of our Blacktober month. It's going to be fucking some craziness going on. It's one of my favorite fucking movies. It is a great movie. Rudy Ray Moore, you can't beat that shit. If you guys want to call us on the Hard Junkyard hotline, 207-261-0008. You can call us and leave us voicemails. You guys have been really fucking cool about leaving us voicemails. We've had a lot of good ones, and you guys have some good questions. So aside from that, we got the live show. We're still planning the live show. We're still doing the live show, getting everything together. So again, we're hoping everybody gets. I'm going to get these guys on. Hopefully, we get some other people on, and we'll have a lot of fun like we had last year. We want to make it a thing. So get your shit on. And then once Samhain comes around, we can all have fun and dance around the fucking fires.
You're lighting fires out there, kicking nuts, GGP. Back from UW, coast to coast, like butter and toast. I was glad you could make it tonight, man. Thanks for putting in that extra energy, and I'm sure towing the line out there, dude. I was glad to see you back in the ring doing what you do best, and then making it back here for all this crazy bullshit after. I mean, if you want to watch the rest of it, go ahead, dude. But you're not going to learn anything new that you don't know about these fucking two guys. But hopefully this week's NFO is going to be red hot. I know there's a lot of Star Wars news coming out kind of every day now, and I saw that the new episode's done. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but what do we got going on in a galaxy far, far away?
Well, we didn't do the new episode yet, so I don't know what you saw.
Oh, I thought Matt said that in the chat he was watching your match and he didn't get it done yet.
No. He said he was looking for the NFO episode, but because we're recording it tonight.
Okay.
Obviously, I wasn't around yesterday. I was out in Cali doing the pay-per-view. But yeah, a lot of news are coming out. A lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it is pretty interesting. A little sidebar: I reached out to one of the actors who played Nine Numb, Return of the Jedi, and he might be coming on the show. Hopefully,
wow, cool.
Yeah. He's over in England, so hopefully we'll try to make that happen. But other than that, man, we're gonna record tonight and hopefully entertain the fans, all four of them. And we have a new hotline as well, guys. Give us a call. It's 800-867-5309. Okay, just leave a message.
I was gonna say
Definitely.
I was gonna ask you guys a question for the show later because I saw that one poster you put out there with Darth Vader where he killed the
Ewok, right?
Yeah, and like everyone's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I'm a hunter. I'm like, Ewoks were ready to eat the humans, so they're fucking cannibalistic to start with. So don't think
no, they're not cannibalistic. They're just carnivore.
Well, carnivore, but who knows?
If they were eating other Ewoks, I'd be like, oh, that's cannibalism.
I would say a tribe of Ewoks versus another tribe, they're gonna eat the dead afterwards.
Let me ask you guys this: what has 4 legs and eats ants?
An anteater.
Max Rebo.
2 uncles.
Oh boy.
Boom.
So my question to the NFL podcast: would you eat Ewok if given the opportunity to?
Fuck yes, we decide a porg too.
Yeah,
Give it to me all day long.
All right, I was gonna say because they would eat you, and what do you think they would probably taste like? So you can ask the boys that as well.
They probably, I guarantee you, they probably taste like deer, little gamey.
I don't know because deer
We're off Twitch.
We're off Twitch.
Sorry.
Oh, I was like, I know that because deer are herbivores; they don't eat meat. So, I'm wondering what they might be closer to a bear or not. So,
Ewok black poops.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot one down, skin it, and eat it, and make a nice pelt out of it.
That'd be nice, right? A nice little Ewok pet.
Be good. And
a nice little Ewok bikini for one of your wives. Little yub nub. Yep.
Rub nub on my yub nub. And Stevie, I'll have you skin it, and we'll make a whole lesson out of it for YouTube. So subscribe to everything we got going on. Stevie Richards channel, you guys. New Force Order, every place. And Horror Junkyard is going to be on twitch.tv/Horror Junkyard right after this. So hop over there, have some fun, have some more laughs. Keep it locked to Hameen Media Group. Stevie and I will be back in the morning with your Ultra Kayfabe Declassified Friday Locker Room Thursday taping. So y'all infidels, you saw the shit show. I don't know how many indie spots we can do and blow it, but they fucking took the record last night. And who knows if there'll be a second and third one after this, or even we'll make it to November. But the Conspiracy Horsemen will be right here. Yalla. Shut up, man.